My people, my peoples. I hope that your weekend is going great and outstanding. Let's just jump right into this. I want to give a top down analysis for USD Swiss, starting from the monthly. All right. Just know, make a note. USD is weak right now, has been. All right. For the last couple of weeks, uh, went against the Swiss franc. Okay, the Swiss franc is actually kind of on the weak side, but it is stronger than the USD. All right, just know that. And for this week coming up, that doesn't look like that's going to change. All right, so bear that in mind. Okay, now we're looking at the monthly. What do we notice? All right, what I notice that jumps right off the bat is this thing here. All right, this is a transition from bearish to bullish momentum. That's what that is. All right. This is an indication that price may want to reverse. All right. You can see it whenever it hits these points, whenever it hits like peak points, price will give you that high, higher, lower, head and shoulder situation. All right. It gives you this low, low, higher, inverted head and shoulders or Quasimodo. Some people call this a Quasimodo because you don't see the clear neckline there. All right. But some people are going to still call it an inverted head and shoulders just because of the low, low, higher aspect of it. So for the purposes of this video, we'll just call it a quasi or a head and shoulder. Okay. Um, but that aside, where is the last significant break of structure? The last significant break of structure is to the upside right here. And I would mark it this way. All right. And when you see it, now look, this is something you need to understand. This is one leg of structure to me. Why? Because these swing highs and swing lows, they're not significant so far as I like to see two candles, one trading outside of the range of the previous one. I like to see two candles in a pullback. All right. This this impulse to the highs upside and then down, two candle pullback. This is a significant point. This is a lower high. All right. This is not a lower high to me. All right. That's just a swing high, swing low. All right. It's significant. All right. But it is in the bigger scheme of thing of this structure on this time frame. This is not, this is the high, this is the break of structure to the upside. And when you have a break of structure, what do you expect? A return to impulse, the impulsing order block that send it to break that structure. And that would have been this one right here. Uh, right. All right. Price did find this impulse and price made higher lows. All right. So we're going to see, uh, are we going to continue with bullish momentum or bearish momentum? The last candles, the last few weeks, it's been bearish. Again, we're talking about Swiss franc strength against the USD. USD is weak against the Swiss franc. Let's go to the weekly. And what do we see? I got too many marks on here. I don't like too many. And if they're not relevant, I don't like to see them. All right. So what do we have? We can see this a little bit more clearly. First thing I want to ask is, on this time frame, where is the break of structure? All right. We see we have this one here. Break to the upside, made a higher low relative to this one. Okay. Then price started to make a staircase up, breaking short-term highs on the way up. And if you break two or more short-term highs, and I'm talking about these wick highs here, when you start to see just one candle uh, pull-ups and backs, you look for price to make that kind of structure Come on, man. And you say, okay, is there at least two breaks of short-term highs? All right, there's a break here. We got another break here. All right. So right now, that's what's up. We have two breaks of two or more short-term highs. All right. Price came back. This acts like a break of structure. All right. This acts like a break of structure when you get two or more. And for as we see it made a higher high here, we can look for the return to impulse. And where would that impulse be? Right here. All right. This is the impulsing order block where price had a very significant imp, aggressive bullish candles. Okay. So when we talk about the return to impulse or the return to origin, this is where it originated. All right. There's a bigger, larger order block here. But this is the first one it comes to, and this is where price significantly left, uh, you know, from that order block. This is the impulsing order block, right? So we have a weekly order block here that price has found itself into. This is our POI, and when price reaches your POI, the question is, what is the intent of price? It seems as it's broken structure to the high side, and we can count that as a shift from bearish momentum to bullish momentum, and this is the continuation of that bullish momentum. We're looking for a higher low here. Got it? Does that make sense? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. What are we looking for? We're looking for price to transition. We're looking for price to transition here from this bearish momentum to bullish momentum to make that higher high. That's it. All right. Follow me. Follow me. All right. We're going to the daily so we can see this price action a little clearer. I'm going to get rid of this because I don't like a mess. Okay. All right. And we're closing in. Don't need you either. We're closing in on this price action. All right. We're looking for that price to transition here, right? Now, what do we notice? One of the things I notice again is that transition from uh, this bullish momentum to bearish momentum. All right. Just understand the difference between momentum and trend. Trend, you need at least two higher highs and two higher lows for an uptrend. All right. When we talk about momentum, we're just talking about where price will be going immediately, the short-term aspect of the trend, where price is on its way from one significant structural point to the next. That's the momentum. Got it? All right. So we see that price is moving. Now I'm asking, where is our last break of structure? That's not it. Okay. All right. We made a higher high here. If we made this higher high, I'm looking for what made that higher high, the higher low, right? And we can see that price broke below that higher low, right? And that is significant because that is a structural break to the downside. We are bearish on the daily, all right? And we are still, again, in accordance with what the higher time frames are dictating to the lower time frames, because that's the way it works. We're looking for price to transition to the upside here, looking for this head and shoulders in the inverted form on the lower time frames to give us our transition. This will make a great swing trade. All right. Because after a break of structure, right, what are we expecting? A return to impulse. That'll be this one right here. This is the originating impulse. If you, as far as I am concerned. All right. And this one there's an order block here that is significant because of the way it left. But you see how it rejected here, and then we had this aggressive bearish candle. Price could very well come up here and then turn around and make a lower low. All right, in accordance with the strength differences between the USD and Swiss franc. Remember, all right. Price may structurally say, "Hey, we want to make a higher low here to make a higher high," but we're also going by strength. All right, price could very well eat its way through this order block and continue significantly lower. But because we already had a breaker structure, we are expecting a pullback, and price may pull back right here. That might be the first stop. If it doesn't stop there, I'm definitely looking for it to stop here. I think this is a higher probability because of the way price left this order block, and this one here was already tested. This one has not been tested, has it? Yeah, it has. This one has been tested once. All right, this one, this one, we've been here. It may turn around here because it's before the break of structure. So we want to keep our eye on a transition here or here. We're going to look here first. All right. But this is the main focus right now. None of this matters until we see the transition of price here. And this would mean a short term show of strength by the USD, and then a resumption of its weakness against the Swiss franc here. All right. This, you know how market makers do. You know how they do. You know what they do on the beginning at the beginning of the week. Sunday, Monday is market maker uh, uh, making adjustments, making seeking liquidity and all of that good stuff. Right around Tuesday, Wednesday is when you start to see the actual setting of highs and lows for the day, for the week ahead. All right, and you can see the trend being set Tuesdays and Wednesdays for the rest of the week. So bear that in mind. Monday, that's why Mondays, for some people, I know a lot of pro traders that don't trade on Monday at all. All right, you got to be careful. All right, so uh, what I want to do is take a closer look on the 4 hour for my subscribers, so we can see what do you call it? The PA, the price action, up close and personal. All right. Now I told you we want to see this transition here. We're already at a POI. Great. All right. The last significant uh, break of structure on the 4 hour, as we make this low, this high, and then break that low. That is the last break of structure to the downside. Okay. And I didn't put that in the right spot, but it's okay. Uh, so we're looking there. All right. We expect a return to impulse. I don't see this one, this order block being that return to impulse, but I do see the one ahead above it as a significant place to find a return to impulse. And we see that there is a 4 hour order block in here. Mark this as your POI. This will be a very nice day trade going up and down. Those are two good day trades. There's a lot of scalping to get done in between that as well. But the the swing will probably be here as the swing trade will probably be here as I believe price will break that low. Uh, Once we get a fine transition here, and we go deeper into this order block, I believe that uh, maybe price, see how much time it's spent here. I believe that we might be spending some time here. All right. And I believe this will be a very nice swing trade once price reaches there. If price reaches there, that's what we're going to watch out for. Okay. So we'll look for the price to transition from bearish to bullish here. And then we're going to look for price to transition once it reaches these the daily and 4 hour order blocks here. All right, that's where I will be looking for price to continue down. All right, because this is a significant turning point, and we see that we made lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and I'm expecting that to continue as uh, as the week progresses. I hope that you found this video beneficial, and I hope that we can make some good gains this week. I'm hoping that USD CHF is one of those markets that we make those gains from. All right, this is not financial advice. I'm not an expert in finances. You know what I'm doing is giving you the bias. I'm not giving you entries or exits. I'm giving you the bias so that you can plan accordingly according to your own strategies. I will see you in the next video. Please be careful on the week ahead.